So I made a speech today, and surprisingly, it went very well. I had so much anxiety before, and I was so sure that I was going to be stuttering a lot, and I was already pretty nervous about getting up in front of it. It was only like 20 people, right? I work at a hotel resort. Maybe I will endorse it one day, or you'll see the uniform here soon when they get my uniforms in. And then you will know what resort I work at. But please, if I ever get famous, do not stalk my place of work. Just come by and stay a few nights, and if you see me, we'll take a picture or something. That's a big if, though, okay? But I was making a speech about my department. I'm an engineer, class 3 engineer. And I did so well. I could not believe it. I thought it was another version of me speaking. I did so well. I was just talking, and as I was talking, everything started flowing pretty well. Everything I wanted to talk about was flowing pretty well. And I guess in today's video, I want to talk about why I think that happened. I think when you're passionate about something, things come out easier. Not when you get too excited, you start fumbling a little bit, but when you are passionate about something and you know the facts about something, I feel like the information comes out of you more clear. Let's say, what's your name? John. You're John. I'm like, hey John, I need you to go make a speech about the shares within the company, and John is a carpenter. John's gonna be like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean, though. So I was making the speech, and at first I had a few stutters, but everything was going very smooth, and it was maybe like a 15-minute speech. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just about a particular subject, be that class 3 engineering, my department. And about 3 to maybe 2 or 3 minutes into it, everything got very smooth. And as somebody who has struggled with public speaking for basically his whole life, it was pretty revolutionary to me. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't sweating. I wasn't, like I said, fumbling over my words. I wasn't even nervous after a little while. After about like 2 to 3 minutes, my anxiety completely went away. I was just speaking to a group of people, cracking some jokes. I got a few laughs, no big deal or anything, but I kind of killed during the meeting. YouTube, by that, I did a good job. Please don't demonetize me. I'm not even monetized. Anyways, I want to mention one thing. When you go to make a speech and you have anxiety coming up before it, I'd ask you to take that anxiety and move it somewhere more productive. I think that's what I did during the speech, but I think it can be done before. I think if you can control your anxiety and move it to a more productive place, and by productive place, I mean move it towards not the back of your mind, but a part of your mind that says, okay, this is there. I can either use this to benefit me or use it to not benefit me. So I realized during my speech, my anxiety was there, but while I was speaking, another part of my brain saw my anxiety, and in the back of my mind, while I was talking, decided to move it to a more productive place. Like during it, I was like, I'm actually extremely nervous right now. I don't know if any of you can tell, but I just want to get that out there. So forgive me if I have a few stutters during my speech. And I didn't even have many. But just getting it out there, because we all, unless you are like a Tony Robbins and have done it like a million times, we all at a certain degree have a little bit of public speaking anxiety. And that's completely fine. But I think being honest, getting it out there, can definitely help. Not only with public speaking, but like if you're feeling depressed or anything like that, I'm just gonna point this out, guys. I'm pretty sad right now. Just getting it out there can help a bit, I believe. I think that's what happened around 2 to 3 minutes during the speech. And it went great. After I was done and we were leaving, I even got a few compliments about like how I did such a good job, and even one person said that I did an excellent job, which made me feel pretty good because obviously I was super nervous. But towards the end of the speech, I was like, you know what? I did pretty good. And to hear that somebody said I did excellent made me feel like I did excellent. So it was a great thing all in all. What I'm trying to tell you is if you are, it is so foggy, by the way, I don't know if you can tell. If you can put your anxiety to a productive place in public speaking, in therapy, or in any given situation, I think it can benefit you. You have to learn how to control it though. And I know with some people, that's pretty much gonna be one of the hardest things somebody can do. But I think with the right tools, you can still do it. Now, when I say get it out there, what I said was, I don't know if you guys can tell right now, but I'm extremely nervous. I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I said. And immediately, everything started getting a lot better during my little pep talk or whatever you want to talk. I've said speech a million times, but that's what the video's about, so it is coming down. I might need to pause this real quick because I may need to focus on driving a bit more. Forgive me. Okay, let up a little bit. So, being really honest about what you're feeling in a moment of vulnerability, with you're in front of a bunch of people. For me, it was 20 people, but I understand for some people that may watch this video, you could be giving a speech in front of 20,000 people, 50,000 people. It's a lot of pressure. And some people don't feel the pressure like that. And I think it just takes repetitiveness and, I was going to say consistency, but that kind of falls along the same thing. I would say consistency, repetitiveness, and being more confident in yourself. Because this was possibly maybe the third speech I have ever had to do in my life. I gave my first one when I was 11 years old for a DARE class because I won the essay and I had to present my speech in front of like the whole entire school. Now for my first speech at 11 years old, I will say this, it was really bad. And by really bad, I mean I had to stop like 18 times to finish it. But I was an 11-year-old boy, so I forgive myself for that. My second speech, I can't even remember, but I think it was a pep talk when we were getting slammed at Dairy Queen when I worked at Dairy Queen. And it was like maybe 5 minutes, and I had to pull the team together because we had like 8 school buses come in, which is insane. So this was the third speech I'd really ever given in my life, and it was the best one. So it's dark, it's gloomy outside, but I'm feeling like the sun's shining. I did a good job. Now, another thing I want to tell you, with those past 2 experiences, if you fail at public speaking a couple times, it's not the end of the world. You have to just realize you get better. As you keep doing something, you keep getting better. It's like the gym. You stay consistent with the gym, you see results. You stay consistent with public speaking, you see results. The point I'm really trying to drive home while I'm driving home is that if you tell yourself you can do it, more than likely you can do it. Will you slip up along the way? Of course you will. There's going to be a few stutters here and there. There's going to be a few pauses. Maybe one of your jokes don't land. That's fine. Stick with it. acknowledge the fact that you're anxious. Tell them. Because the worst thing you can do, and what will make it a lot worse, is you're just trying to act cocky and cool, and you're not being honest with them. And I think during a speech, you need to be honest. So tell them, yeah, I'm pretty anxious right now, but we're gonna get through it, guys. That usually builds a lot of rapport, I think, or at least it did with me today, I believe. And if you're going to be giving a speech, make it something you're passionate about. I mean, it seems very simple in concept, but in execution, I can understand how it can be very difficult. But if you are passionate about the thing you were talking about, like for me, Class 3 engineering, that's my gig. I do it all the time. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about it. When I gave the speech about that, it flowed pretty well. So be passionate about what you're talking about, acknowledge you're anxious and tell the crowd. And what was the third one? Give me a second. Consistency. If you do all three of those things, I think that your speech skills, or giving a speech skills, will get a lot better. Anyways, that's my thought for the day. Subscribe. Peace.